Hey guys, okay, real quick, we just wanted to give an update on everything. This is gonna actually go in the playlist for Journey to Baby. So this will be a separate video from today's vlog. Check out today's vlog, which should go up later today or has already been posted. Go check it out.
Say you know it from the first kiss.
Hopefully they can.
We're on level C, guys. This is for our own reference in case we forget. But I can go back and watch the vlog.
Just remember, we're on C for Cullen.
Oh yeah, for crazy Cullen.
You got lips I can't pretend I won't remember all my life. And you're the one for me. It doesn't get better. Now can I still believe?
And we've talked about this before. To make the perfect pregnancy takes the perfect egg, perfect sperm, perfect timing, and then the ball has to just roll along. And everything has to work right.
Yes.
So what you're demonstrating with your irregular cycles, the premenstrual spotting that you have, it's all the same thing. It's bad ovulation. It's a poor egg. So that's reflected by your cycles being screwed up, by your last miscarriage that you had. You know, the first one was a little bit different because you got pregnant, but it was a genetic problem.
Right.
It was a problem that happened during the division stage when the egg and the sperm got together, but then once the division started, things didn't split the right way.
Yeah.
So,
and I didn't have any trouble keeping it.
Yeah, you had an extra 18 chromosomes.
Right.
So that didn't work right, you know, so you got things that didn't divide right. But the egg was good enough to get you pregnant to that point.
Yeah.
And last time it wasn't, and now I think it isn't just because your periods are so weird. So what are we going to do about this? I'm thinking now we need to go ahead, start you on what are called BBTs, basal body temperature charts, start you on some medication called Clomid. You ever heard of that?
I have heard bad things about it.
What have you heard bad about it?
I've heard of just several friends that have had horrible side effects. Just
like what? Tell me what?
Hot flashes, terrible mood swings. I had a friend who developed cyst on her ovaries after having
Everything
that.
you said, those are potential side effects. You're right. Although, I have never had anybody come in and say, I'm not taking that medicine because the hot flashes are too bad.
Really?
Or I have any mood changes.
Do you ever prescribe, what's the other one, Primera, or I think that's what it's called.
Well, all of these drugs that we're talking about are ovulation-inducing agents. And there's no promise that the egg that is released is any better, and that it'll lead to a perfect pregnancy. Of course, there's no guarantee, which y'all know that. So, they all work the same way. They work on your brain, tricking your brain into making a better egg. That's how they work. I've run out of basal body temperature charts. I gotta get one.
I did that before I got pregnant the second time. It kind of stressed me out a little bit. But...
Well, let me sit down then.
Okay. But
I'm not going to do anything until you tell me you're ready to do it. This is y'all's attempt at pregnancy.
Yes.
So y'all have to be the one to say, I'm ready to go, I want to be aggressive, I want to be eager with this. Because if you're not, there's no point in me giving you a temperature chart, no point in giving you any of this. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
We would like to do something. I know before, like with the temperature thing, I never really knew if it was how accurate it was, because like our dog wakes up in the middle of the night sometimes, and you know you have to have been asleep for so long, and if I've gotten up and gone back to sleep, I didn't know. You know, I just felt like I was worried too much about those types of things, and then I'd wake up and it would be a random number that I'd think, well, was it because I'd only been asleep for 2 hours, or?
Well, you said these really stressed you out. Sure, trying to get pregnant in your situation with your history is going to be stressful. Every time you come into the office, you're going to have butterflies and you're going to be anxious.
You said that when we walked in. You're like, I'm so nervous.
I mean, it is. It just is. That's the way it is. Unfortunately, you have had these problems, but depending on how bad you want a baby, sort of dictates what you want to do.
Yeah.
And the sacrifice that you guys are going to have to put forth.
Right.
And you don't have to do anything. I mean, you can just try and just get pregnant on your own, and probably things will work out.
Yeah, but it just seems like there's something that's not working out right. So you know, if there's something that can help with that, I'm definitely willing to do it.
Okay.
I just wasn't sure if, you know, there was. I know the nurse had mentioned about having blood work to check progesterone levels today.
Well, we have a lot of things to do. I haven't even started talking to you, but I'm stopping.
This is for
I'm not going to talk to you until y'all have come in and are sure this is what you want to do.
We are.
I don't want y'all to feel that I'm forcing anything. This is up to y'all. You guys are running the show.
No, we definitely want to do whatever we can.
Yeah.
I just was letting you know.
Okay.
But I have done it before, so I didn't know if that'd be something that you'd want to see as like what I've tracked in the past, or starting from here new.
What I want to do is pretend like you hadn't done anything.
Okay.
I'm going to get a chart. I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to do the best you can with it.
Okay.
If you have to get up at 3 o'clock to let the dog out, fine. Go back to bed. When you wake up at 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever, that's when you do your temperature.
Okay.
Okay? And we're looking at a pattern. Remember, we're not looking at individual temperatures. We're looking at what the pattern is. Because I can tell so much from a temperature chart. It's more than you can imagine. I can tell what's going on.
Okay.
So you just do the best you can, and if you miss one day, that's okay. Don't freak out about it. Don't get upset about it. You don't. I know you're obviously a type A kind of personality. I'm getting that. And that's fine. Be that way, but don't get upset and anxious because you missed a day or 2 days, or you had to get up and do whatever. It's still going to show me what we need to see. So let me get one, and let's pretend like you hadn't done it before and start all over. Okay?
Sounds good.
So what happened?
So he doesn't think that I am ovulating appropriately. I guess if I am ovulating, he said, because I'm supposedly ovulating late. This is, again, sorry if it's TMI. Just, you know, this is what we're talking about here. So if I am ovulating because it's later, because I told him, like, when I've taken ovulation tests, it's been like day 19 or even later in the month than that. And he was like, well, that's no good. And I mean, I know people who've ovulated later and it's fine, but he was like, if it's that late, then it's probably not a fertilizable egg because it's not a good egg and it's not a good ovulation and yada, yada, yada. So they are checking my thyroid and my prolactin today, which are things that could be problems. And he said that there wouldn't be any benefit to check progesterone today because it's not late enough. Like, it should have been day 23. So I'm like, so why did the nurse tell me to make an appointment on day 21? I don't know. Maybe people have different opinions about when you can check it. I have no idea. But so they didn't check that today. And then he didn't really, when I asked about, like, I didn't specifically say polycystic ovary condition, but I said, is it a possibility I could have cyst on my ovaries? And he was like, well, you might, but right now at this point in your cycle, you might have them there just because you're either about to ovulate or you did ovulate or whatever. So he said that what he wants me to do is he gave me a prescription for Clomid, which I expressed my concerns about that, as far as I've heard several people talk about the horrible side effects and like being moody and irritable and hot flashes and all this stuff. And he kind of like got offended, I think. He was like, well, I've never had anybody that has had side effects so bad that they've not wanted to do it again the next cycle, or that they've stopped taking it, which I know of at least 2 or 3 people that have stopped taking it. But I also know of friends who have taken it for like 1 or 2 cycles and got pregnant and didn't have any problems. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be horrible. So he just said, try that.
Well, and he said the side effects weren't as horrendous as other medications.
Yeah, as other fertility medications.
It's his drug of choice.
Yeah, he said he's been experienced and used this drug for forever. So, anyways, he gave me that, and so he said with that, I'll start taking that next cycle. I mean, if I'm not pregnant this month, which I don't expect to be, given the concerns about everything. He wants me to start doing the body temperature, the temperature chart, which we talked about before, which I did before. It kind of stressed me out, but I mean, he said he needs it to, he was like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But
he said he can get a lot more off of that than you think.
And I was like, well, can I show you my old ones that I did before? And he was like, let's just, because that was before my second miscarriage, so he was like, let's just start new and let's do a new one this month. And he said if I want to do ovulation tests with it, I can. I don't know if I'm going to want to do that or not, but it should make it happen earlier. It should, he said it should promote earlier ovulation with a more mature egg that would be ready to be fertilized easier or something like that. So
So we'll see what happens.
So yeah,
Clomid.
I'm gonna take some Clomid. I'm kind of
Clomid up
scared
in the
about
hizzy
that.
for shizzies.
Which of course also.
I'm scared of it. You're gonna rip my head off.
I'm afraid. I mean, I'm already a hot person as it is. Like, I don't need any more hot flashes.
Well, maybe you need to take off your sweatshirt when you go to bed.
I don't get hot in the night. And he did say, and I know people will say this too, Clomid does have a higher rate of multiple births, but he said it's almost always twins if it's going to be multiple births, which one, we wouldn't care if we had twins. We would be totally fine with that. Two, he said for the average person, anybody, any of y'all, any of us, whoever, not on fertility medication, they get pregnant with twins, there's like a 1% chance you can get pregnant with twins. And with Clomid, it's an 8% chance. So it's not like that huge of an increase, really. And the friends that I know that have gotten pregnant from fertility medications have only had one baby. I don't know. I mean, of course there are some. I'm not saying I don't know of anybody, but of our close friends. So next time, after I start taking the Clomid, I'll come in day 23 to have my progesterone levels checked next time. And then I'll come in again on day 28, and at that point, they'll either like tell me if I'm pregnant or something, or they will, they'll look at my ovaries and check for cysts and that kind of stuff at that point. So that's where that stands. And then he said, we'll do this for 3 cycles. If it doesn't work, then he'll refer me to a reproductive endocrinologist. So that's kind of the plans after just starting taking it. That's where we are.
Let's go eat.
And Cullen wants to go eat. If y'all have had experience with any of this, let us know. If you have questions for us about anything, let us know. So pretty much we're just kind of chilling until next, you know, the next couple weeks.
Unless she's already pregnant.
We'll try to keep y'all posted on this stuff. There won't be anything, I guess, for the next week or so, but then after that, we will let you know how everything goes. Thanks for watching and being sweet and kind and loving and supporting us. We love y'all. Bye!
For the one for me, it doesn't get better. Now can I still believe, even though we said we're taking it slow, we'll see where it goes. I already know if you're asking that you're the one for me. You're the one for me, babe. You bite your lip when you're nervous. We'll probably both get hurt if only one of us is saying what we're feeling, darling. Don't wanna fall down in pieces, just wanna fall to my knees.